So I think a few things. I think now one is after the last round of negotiations between U.S. officials, the Secretary of State and National Security Advisor, with the Ukrainians, they agreed to terms for a ceasefire, which they have now sent to Russia. So I think as they put it, the ball is now in Russia's court. Tomorrow there will be a conversation between Trump and Putin that is expected. Let's see what comes of that. So I think that will show what's going. What really is at stake, though, is less the territorial gains. It is more the terms of the ceasefire for Ukraine. What is Ukraine's status going to be? That is really what is up in the air. And I think the number of scenarios to look at would have different levels of involvement by the U.S. We're expecting less involvement by the U.S., but the question really is how much the other European countries support Ukraine going forward, and how much of that is deemed acceptable for Russia for a ceasefire. So Saudi Arabia has played the main role as the intermediary. They've had the venue for the conversations, for the dialogue. I think India has said that India's offices are open for any kind of intermediary role if both sides are happy with that. And it has been used at various points in time over the past 3 years to pass messages from the US and Ukraine and Europe to Russia and vice versa, and particularly when it comes to resolving specific problems. But I think that what the issue that India and a few other countries as well, Turkey, UAE, Saudi Arabia, have said is, if you want us to play a role, we're there. But so far it looks like Saudi Arabia has been the preferred place for those guys. So I think India's doors are open. It really is up to where both sides see a potential role for India to play. We don't know. I mean, I think again, it looks like all sides are making an effort. I think again at this point of time, really it's up how Russia responds is really a question. We may have a bit more clarity in the next 24-48 hours, but it remains to be seen. Again, we've had ceasefires as well. There's one recently between Israel and Hamas that has been also quite tenuous. So let's see how this goes.